What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. It's the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing?
I don't know how people are doing, actually. I could tell you how I'm doing.
How are you doing?
I'm a little upset with
Why?
with Married at First Sight.
Oh, because they didn't air an episode.
Yeah, well,
an actual episode.
To tell you the truth, I don't know what they aired. We didn't watch it.
No.
I watched enough of it. I don't even think I told you. I went off somewhere on my own.
You sneaky.
And I just I opened it up on my phone because we weren't watching it together, and I checked in around 8:25, 8:30.
What was I doing?
I don't know.
Oh, I was folding laundry.
You may have been folding laundry. And I just gave it a peek and I said, is this something we should be watching? And I quickly discovered it is not something we should be watching.
So what was it?
It was, do you remember the group of women who talked on the pre-show?
Yes.
Like before we ever kicked off. Maybe it was called Kicking Off Boston, actually. Before we ever saw episode 1, we saw that panel of women who were lovely ladies. But it was that group back to discuss everything we've already seen. Okay. We do a podcast on what we've seen.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need to listen to other people tell us what we've seen.
Or podcasts about what other people have seen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we didn't watch it, but we know a lot of you guys, you look forward to certain days of the week because your podcasts drop on certain days of the week. And we would hate to take that from you. So we said, we got to do something. We got to put out some podcast for you guys. So we're going to do a bonus podcast.
It is a bonus podcast.
It's a bonus podcast. We thought, what can we do? What could we cover? And what we came up with, we put our heads together as we always do. And we came up with 90 Day Diaries.
Yes, because season 3 is out.
Episode 1 of season 3 is out. I think it dropped. I'd be lying, actually, if I think it dropped Monday.
I think it dropped this week.
It definitely dropped this week, some point early in the week. And we thought, let's cover it. Okay. Not everyone has Discovery Plus, but you guys know the couples.
Yes, all the couples.
All the couples. So we thought, let's cover that. Let's make it a bonus episode. Let's cover that. We'll give you something to listen to if you don't have anything to listen to. And it was a fun episode.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it more than I thought I'm going to.
Who did we have? We had
Kalani and
Asuelu.
Tom and Mariah.
Then
we had Brandon and Julia.
Courtney.
And Ellie and Victor.
Ellie and Victor. Not missing anyone? That's it?
That's it.
I mean, that's a good batch. That's a nice batch, and more to come. I don't know if we repeat couples and Diaries. I forget, but I know next episode, Josie on a vacation far away. Yeah, I misspoke. Jovi was teasing that they're going to be on the next episode. So I imagine it's going to be a rotating cast of characters. And that's who we have this week. So we'll talk about them. We'll catch you up to date on what all those guys are up to. Before we do, we're still going to ask you to help us keep this house clean.
Yes.
So you got to follow us on social media. If you're not, we'll probably tease that or tell you that this episode is out on social media.
And you're not going to know.
Well, we'll drop it and then we'll post it. So
well, yeah, but if you don't follow us on Instagram.
Right, exactly. So that's on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Make sure you're following us there for all the memes, all the latest news. We went live randomly the other Sunday. And
it was very spontaneous.
I loved it.
You guys loved it too. So.
Oh, they did?
You guys loved it based on what you messaged us.
You loved it. Okay, you loved it. Whether you liked it or not.
You messaged us.
You loved it.
The fact that you loved it makes us very happy.
Yeah, we'll
Some of you were sad that you missed it, which makes us even more happy.
No, it doesn't. It makes me sad.
Of course it makes you sad. I meant like...
Teresa gets happy when you're sad.
The love.
Yes.
Oh,
well, it makes me feel like we need to do it more often.
Yes, if we have time.
Yeah, there's no way we can go back to doing it every Sunday because we're treading water just trying to keep up with the 3 shows we're covering now.
True, but we literally are not going to be home any weekend in April.
That's true.
I'm just going to put it out there.
That's true.
We'll release our podcasts, but it's kind of hard to go live on the road. So
it's a little difficult. But that's all happening on Instagram. Make sure you're following us there. Also, make sure you're following the podcast. That's how you're going to get every episode we drop.
Yeah, guys.
It's sort of a one and done thing. You press the follow button, and then everything that we put out on our channel, you get. So it's easy, super easy to follow the podcast, actually. All you have to do is look down and smash that follow button.
Ooh.
You didn't think about a hot for this?
I didn't know, but let me think real quick.
We could do it together if you want. We could.
All right. Smash it, like it.
I got a really general one you could do. I don't want to steal your thunder, but.
Smash it, like it, as hot as Nabil score. Nabil.
Come again?
Nabil?
Oh, Nabil? Cortney's date?
Cortney's date.
Oh, as hot as his car.
You didn't understand me?
I had trouble with you. I'm not going to lie. I had a little trouble understanding that Smash It Like. I was just going to say smash it as hot as a bonus episode.
Ooh, that's better.
You know, you went for it, and I appreciate that you went for it, and you reference the show as you always do. But sometimes you could just keep it general and smash it as hot as a bonus episode.
I do keep it general once in a while.
Once in a while,
I use our birthdays for like 2 weeks.
That's true. Very true. Thank you guys for the birthday wishes.
Yeah, thank you so much. Wait, now you made me a little nervous. If you didn't understand, are our friends going to understand?
Definitely not.
Nabil?
I don't know.
Nabil, Courtney's date.
But once we set it up, I think context is everything.
I'm just totally gonna blow the joke. He had a Maserati. That's why it was hot.
Yeah, absolutely hot. Okay. So you smashed like it's hot. You're following the podcast. One last thing. If you haven't left a review, please do. All right. We love when you leave the reviews. So if you haven't, you could take a second or two out of your day. You could rate, you could review. It goes a long way. So thank you.
Oh, yeah. Please and thank you.
All right. This is a bonus episode. I'm not going to lie to you folks at home. We are drinking some tequila right now because it is a bonus episode. So we're going to get a little loose. Cheers to our tequila. Very
Cheers.
Nice. Okay. All right. What? We're just letting our friends know.
Yeah, I know. I'm just laughing.
We have to keep them posted.
I'm laughing at my thoughts because I have a lot of thoughts.
Let's get into it, okay? Let's
do it.
Let's start with Kalani and Asuelu.
All right. Let's start with the two. I don't even know if we can say lovers anymore.
It's a lot of. I was actually going to say it's a lot of ups and downs. It seems like it's a lot of downs. Mm-hmm. It seems like life has taken its toll on Asuelu.
Because we found out something I always forget. He's very young. He's just 26, but he looks like 26 going on 46.
And that's still being generous. 56, 66.
He either dyed his hair.
Yeah, let's clarify what you mean by going on 46. Not mentally.
No, but besides him looking very beaten down.
Yeah.
Very beaten down. He has gray hair. But I don't know if maybe he put some product in because it's only in the testimonials.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gray. I think it might just be the way the light's hitting it.
Okay.
But regardless, he looks like we all looked the third week of the pandemic. You know, we hadn't showered in a few days. We weren't sure if the world was going to end, so we didn't take anything too seriously. We hadn't changed out of our pajamas.
I haven't changed out of my pajamas for 2 years.
That's what he looks like. Yeah, 2 years later. But you've showered, you've freshened up, you have a little pep in your step.
Yes, I tried.
He looks very beaten down.
I wonder if it's just him or if it's, being a family man, because we learned that they're still in Utah, but Lisa, the mom, and the dad, they all moved to California. Yes. And Asuelu and Kalani are planning on moving to Cali as well, eventually once the house sells. So right now they have no help. It's just them, which I'm thinking, all right, is any of them working?
No, I think they do 90-day.
Well, we know that Kalani's a stay-at-home mom.
Kalani's a stay-at-home mom, and last we heard Asuelu was part-time yogurt taster. And an Uber driver.
Oh my gosh,
but
that's all dangerous.
Yeah, unless maybe he's got a Tesla. He doesn't have a Tesla, let's be honest here. But that would be the only car I would trust getting in with him because, Jesus take the wheel, Elon take the wheel, and it's self-driving.
We know he had an accident, car accident before.
Yeah.
You remember? But yeah, we don't know what they're doing. Like, they didn't share. The only person who shared was Kalani, who said, I'm a stay-at-home mom. And then she mentioned that Asuelu golfs.
Yes.
I don't think he makes money by doing that.
He's moved on from volleyball to golf. And the way he says it, he makes it seem like he's doing Kalani a favor by golfing. He goes, Kalani doesn't like that I play volleyball, so now I golf. It's like, the sport wasn't the issue. It wasn't the sport of choice that was the issue. It was the fact that you were leaving every day and going to play a sport instead of taking care of your family. That was the issue. Before we go on any further, I just want to point out, you're the queen of autocorrect. A lot of words get changed on your iPad. This is the first time I autocorrected, and it made me laugh.
What was it?
I was trying to type Asuelu over and over again. It was autocorrecting Asuelu to useful, which couldn't be further from the truth, autocorrect.
It's the opposite.
I was like, Asuelu. It's like useful. I was like, nope, that's incorrect. So
that's hilarious because it's literally the opposite of Asuelu.
Yeah, that made me laugh. Okay. So we learned it's been tough. They've been contemplating divorce.
Yes, but we've seen it on the previous 90 Day or Happily Ever After they've been on, right?
Yeah.
But I think, so at the beginning, she said Asuelu's been trying. He's been there for the kids and for Kalani.
She made it seem like he stepped up and he was a new man.
But throughout the segment, it went down. So they went to a pumpkin patch.
Yeah.
Asuelu's first time, which I went to a pumpkin patch for the first time this past fall.
Yeah. It was a very similar pumpkin patch. It wasn't like a pure pumpkin patch, the one we went to or the one they went to. It was 20% pumpkin patch, 70% petting zoo.
I didn't pet any animals.
You didn't, but you could have.
I wanted to milk a cow.
Okay, you couldn't have done that. In the advertising, they said, come milk a cow, kids. And
they didn't say kids. They said, come and milk a cow.
Yeah, I mean, it's for kids. You show up, you see it's for kids. It was
I thought I'm going to milk a cow.
I know, but that would be animal abuse. If they let 100 kids get in line and just yank on some udders.
Don't let kids milk a cow. Let the adults milk a cow.
Long story short, it was a cardboard cutout of a cow with like hoses.
It was the worst.
Yeah, with rubber garden hoses attached to it that kids could pretend they were milking.
It was the worst.
You were disappointed. The kids seemed to be loving it.
I hated it. But
we won't go back. But that's kind of what they were at.
Yes.
It was a children's petting zoo that had some pumpkins. Uneventful, to say the least. Not much happened there. The next day, this is where Lisa, Kalani's mom, is coming to visit. So they're cleaning up. But Asuelu was quick to say, as soon as your mom shows up, I'm going golfing.
Who does he golf with?
Himself. They showed 1 second. This whole thing, we should say, Diaries is self-filmed.
Yes.
Or it's made to look self-filmed. I'm pretty sure it's all self-filmed.
I think it is.
So they show him for a second at the golf course. He's by himself. He's at the tee box at the driving range. He's by himself. And maybe that's the issue Kalani had with him playing volleyball is he was with God knows who. Some bad influences, perhaps.
Okay.
But and to that point, we find out later she's not happy where she is because she has no friends there. So maybe on top of him going and being away from home, him being with friends when she's alone, that rubs her the wrong way too. So now he at least golfs by himself.
True. I wonder, golfing is an expensive sport.
If you actually golf, if you go to the driving range, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, but he didn't. I don't think it was a driving range.
I think it was. Maybe, I don't know. They showed him drive one ball and that was it. So I assumed it was a driving range, but it could have been, he could have gone and played 18 holes.
Yeah, but still, volleyball is much cheaper, per se.
They
get a ball and shorts and a tank top.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much it costs. But yes, to your point, it is a bit more expensive.
Yeah, so
how
are they paying for all that?
No, it's a reoccurring question I have every time I see them do anything. But
right?
Yes. So mom comes, Asuelu goes to play golf. Then he comes back and they carve some pumpkins. And also Asuelu's first time carving pumpkins.
I've done that before.
He kind of excelled at pumpkin carving.
Yeah. I mean, if he was,
beginner's luck, or he was just embracing his inner 6-year-old. Either way, he excelled at pumpkin carving. Kalani was impressed.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I personally would not give Asuelu a knife, but he put it to good use. He carved the pumpkin. It was great, right? That's where the good times end. It all goes downhill after that because the kids go off with Mother Lisa. Kalani and Asuelu are left to have a little heart-to-heart. And Kalani kind of sets Asuelu up by asking, how do you think things are going in our relationship?
And he's not understanding her.
He thinks it's fine.
Yeah, but first he was like, I don't know. And she's like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you think you and I are working out?
Well, he's like, I thought we would have moved to California already, but, And Kalani's like, well, if you stepped up, if you pulled your weight, maybe we would have made it to California faster, but that's not what I'm asking. How are we as a couple? And Asuelu's like, good. And Kalani's like, no, Asuelu. And this is where she says, Asuelu doesn't think things are bad because he's always leaving. He's always escaping the problems. I'm the one stuck here dealing with everything. If he was home, if he was seeing what was going on, maybe he would think differently. But because he can always just leave and go play golf or whatever, he thinks things are fine.
Yeah, she's always stuck home with the kids and now she has no help, which is a lot of people in the world. Kalani, you take care of your kids without any help.
Sure, but...
especially if you are a stay-at-home mom. Like, if you had to work, I understand.
But he's leaving to go play golf.
I'm not saying Asuelu is a saint, right? But she makes it sound like, I'm so, depressed. I'm just with the kids. I don't do anything else. Like, I get it, but this is temporary. Like, that's why I'm kind of annoyed.
I don't think she is upset because she's with the kids. I think she's upset because she's the only one with the kids. Asuelu could be helping, and he's not.
Well, absolutely, 100%. But what she says next is that she doesn't trust Asuelu with the kids.
That's a good point.
Right? Asuelu wanted to take Oliver somewhere, and Kalani said, absolutely not. Oliver is not going in the car with you. It's just scary. So imagine you're the dad, and you're not allowed to spend time alone with the kids because the mom doesn't trust you.
Right. So, yeah, that's a good point. She's in between a rock and a hard place because on the one hand, she feels alone. I'm the only one raising our kids. But on the other hand, I don't allow you to raise our kids.
Exactly.
Asuelu said, I don't help because you always get mad when I help. And Kalani goes, yeah, because something bad usually happens when I watch you with the kids. So it's a rock and a hard place. It's catch-22. But, right. She's kind of got no one who can help her.
True. And she was like, how many times my kids almost died when they were around you?
Ooh.
Hey,
a lot is wrong with that statement right there.
My kids are your kids, like both of you, right?
Yeah, it should be how many times have our kids almost died?
And the fact that she says almost died is horrifying.
Right. I want to know what's happening. Because is she exaggerating? I don't know. I could see some things going wrong with Asuelu in charge.
Yeah, I can see him not having, what do you call it? Maternal, paternal instincts necessarily.
Yep, for sure.
Or just, what do you call when someone just has like, thinks of things that no one needs to explain to you?
I don't know.
Explain to you.
I'm not thinking of it.
Common sense.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think he does. I don't know.
Like for example, if a kid starts running, he's probably like, yeah, run faster.
Right.
Instead of like, oh shit, there might be a road. Someone might grab the kid. Like, keep an eye on him or her, right? I don't think he has that.
Well, apparently one of the kids got loose in the parking lot at the pumpkin patch.
Yeah.
And yeah, he ended up having to chase the kid down. But you're right. I don't think he's got common sense or much common sense. I don't know if he realizes what kids need, how to raise a kid. I mean, it's a tough situation. I don't know how you fix it.
I don't know.
I don't know how much Kalani is really trying to help Asuelu understand, because with words like my kids, well, all right, sure. If you said your kids, I would still step up and be a father, but I would think twice about what you were saying. Like, do you want me to be a part of this? Because the way you're talking, it sounds like you don't want me to be a part of this.
Well, I think the problem is that she sees him as another kid. It's the way she talks to him too. Like, he is a child.
Yeah, we only see what we see. Who knows?
Well, of course, and as I always say, we only cover our podcast about what's on TV, right?
Yeah.
If he acts like a freaking child on TV, that's what I'm gonna say. I don't know Asuelu in person. Never seen him, never met him, right? I can't say if he's like a very mature and he cooks dinner every night and cleans the house.
Right.
We don't know.
Right.
But what we see, he is a child.
Yeah, it's not good. And again, I really don't know what you can do about it.
Like, having a husband, and I can talk from an experience because I do have one. Hello. I rely on you and I know I can trust you 100%, right? That's how you should feel about your spouse.
Right.
If I couldn't trust you, we would not be sitting here.
It's difficult because if you don't allow him to do certain things, well, then don't get mad that he doesn't do those things. Get mad for other reasons, sure. But if it's like you never help out, but you're not allowing him to help out, then you can't really get mad at him for that.
Well, I think she allowed him to help out and he just didn't do it the way she was expecting him to do it.
Well, then you got to figure out some way.
Absolutely.
Is he capable? Can he learn? Or does he not have the ability to learn how to parent correctly? Then it's a whole other issue. If he has the ability to learn and he's not, okay, you can get upset about that. If he can't, then you got to figure out another way.
He needs to take a class on parenting.
A couple classes, I would say.
Like a semester or two.
No, semester, yeah. Get a degree in it.
Yeah, get a bachelor's degree in parenting.
Go for a master's degree while you're in it. Sure.
Do it, Asuelu.
Okay.
You're still young.
He's got nothing else to do. Yeah, all right. Let's go to the next. I was going to say couple, but it's a potential couple.
No, they are a couple.
Okay, they are a couple. They're not married. It's Tom and Mariah. Okay, they're at an adult zoo in the UK. So far, we're starting off at zoos. We had Kalani and Asuelu at the petting zoo. Tom and Mariah, they're at an adult zoo. They're with some horses, some beautiful horses. They're going horseback riding.
Because Tom loves riding horses.
Yeah, it's a very majestic activity.
It is, very British.
Tom thinks he's very majestic.
Yeah, I love it.
Let's talk about Mariah, because this is the first time I got a close-up of Mariah.
I'm going to say this. Tom has a type.
I would agree.
The more artificial, the better.
You put it very lovely. Yeah. She's giving Darcy a real run for her money, I would say, when it comes to the facial enhancements.
Yes.
She's a bit of a Picasso, if you catch my drift.
Yes, a little
bit of a Picasso. A little bit of a Picasso. Yeah. But seems like a lovely lady. And I'm not being facetious. Seems like a nice lady.
Yeah, that's the thing. She looks like someone who might be totally nuts.
Yeah, totally airheaded.
Totally nuts.
Out of touch.
But like our friend Darcy sometimes is. But I love you, Darcy. I love you.
Right, yeah. At least Mariah doesn't speak in home goods quotes.
Yes. And I think she is, her brain at least is very normal.
It seems fully functioning.
Fully functioning. I can even
Yours may not be tonight, but
yeah.
Mariah is fully functioning.
It's been a long week.
Yes, I hear you. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that, for sure. But yeah, I was surprised because first I was like, whoa, A, Tom has a type. B, a lot is going on over here.
A lot is going on.
C, I don't even know what I'm looking at. What's going on? Well, how did you look 10 years ago? I'm curious because I think you were probably very pretty.
Probably gorgeous, yeah.
But D, I'm like, you are normal.
Right. When you open your mouth, you expect something else to come out, but what comes out is like, oh, you are coherent. You are making sense. You are grounded. Yeah. It does what comes out of the mouth doesn't match the mouth.
Yeah, at least from what we've seen, she's very reasonable when it comes to her family and herself. Yeah. I love it. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice change for Tom.
It's great. So we learned Tom hasn't been able to go back to the States because of the travel ban. So he's been in the UK. Mariah is visiting him and has been visiting him. He says she's been 13 times. Now, I don't know if that means
lucky 13.
Lucky 13. Well, actually unlucky 13, and we'll get to that in a second. But I don't know if that's 13 times over the course of her life or 13 times to see him. That seems like a lot.
13 times to see him.
It seems like a lot.
It does, but hey.
If they've been together, they couldn't have been together for more than 2 years, I would say. So not a mathematician here, but that's every other month.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
During COVID?
It's terrible.
It's terrible. It's terrible. Stop the spread, people. Stop the spread. But okay, 13 times. Tom's got some big plans up his sleeve now.
I wonder what she does for a living.
I read way back when they started dating, she is the owner or president of a beverage company.
Okay.
Either like a fancy water, like a vitamin water type thing, or like an energy drink or something.
So she's rich?
She's got some money, I would say. I don't know if she's balling out like crazy, but she's doing okay.
Well, the only reason why I'm asking is because I would love to go on vacation every other month.
Sure.
But I cannot.
If you are the CEO of a business, you can't. You can bring your bring your laptop. You work from anywhere. And I think she's doing fine. So Tom's got some plans. He wants to propose to Mariah.
That's all Darcy ever wanted on date 2, and Darcy was pointing the rings while Tom was looking at watches. Yeah. We see this throwback. Yeah. Darcy had a lot of wrinkles in that shot. Did you see it?
She looked much better.
She looked much better. More or less her age.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, every time
Not
they flash back to Darcy, you go.
It hits you.
Yeah.
But then I'm sure in a couple of years, when Darcy gets more procedures, and they'll flash back to now, we'll be like, look at her looking so great.
She looks so natural. Remember in 2022 when she looked so natural? As long as she's happy. That's all I say.
Absolutely.
Who cares? Who cares? As long as she's happy.
I judge, but the only reason why I judge is because I don't think they need it.
I know, right.
And that's why I don't judge. Like, you do whatever you want to do with your body.
Literally, it has zero effect on us.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I'll do some Botox. I have crazy wrinkles around my eyes, right? But I feel like the rest of my body will stay the same. Yeah. I might get bigger boobs one day.
Hello. We talk about it more as a cautionary tale to anyone listening and to ourselves almost, that we're beautiful the way we are.
Yeah.
We all are. I mean, not just the two of us, but appreciate what you have. Don't roll the dice, because who knows what's going to happen.
I asked John last night. I was like sitting around with a lot of Vaseline on my face because I have mad allergies. My face is itchy. My eyes, one eye is bigger than the other one. It's out of control. So all I want to do after a long day, I want to come home, take my makeup off and cover my face in Vaseline and pop some pills, right?
Whoa, clarify what you mean by pop some pills, because that went very Kurt Cobain.
Either Zyrtec or Benadryl. Depends how big is my right eye growing.
Yes, the allergy aisle at CVS, not the alley.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I asked John, I'm like, look at me. Are you even attracted to me right now with all the Vaseline in my face? And he's like, absolutely. I love it. I love how shiny you are.
Absolutely. Come here. Plant one on me.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Find someone who accepts you. That's Vaseline or no Vaseline, wrinkles or not. Just all right. So they sit down. They're at a park. They sit down to talk. Tom brings up the future and asks, I haven't met your kids yet. You know, you got a couple kids. What's the deal with that? What would our situation be? And Mariah says, well, you would come to the States, you would get an apartment in Vegas, you'd have your own space, and slowly but surely we'd integrate our lives together.
I love it. And this is where I realized that she looks one way, but she doesn't act like that.
Right. Right.
And I'm
because
like,
if
wait
this
a
is
minute.
Darcy.
This is very mature and smart because
Yes.
you don't want to get your kids involved in something unstable. And let's not forget, her kids are in high school. So those are probably the kids you could possibly involve in something because they're old enough to understand that relationships don't always work, right?
Right.
But she still wants to be very cautious for her boys, and I love it. I appreciate it.
It was great.
Darcy, she's like age 2. She's like, so you want to move in with me and my kids and my dad?
Exactly.
And my twin sister? Also, what's going on?
Yeah. So, okay, I think I misspoke. I think I said this was at the park. That was not at the park. That was before.
It was the stables still.
This was,
They
yes.
finished riding the horses.
This was still at the horse stables.
We forgot this great detail.
Oh.
The horse, Maria Rod, looked like your favorite horse, our favorite horse.
Yes, guys.
It looks like Tommy.
If you've ever, we've talked about Tommy the horse, I'm sure, and Teresa Hedvegas the mule. If you guys ever wondered what Tommy the horse looked like, because we shower him with praise and we talk very highly of him on this podcast.
We love Tommy.
If you ever wonder what Tommy the horse looked like, basically the identical horse to what Mariah was.
Tommy was a little more majestic.
A little majestic, because I was on Tommy.
Even before you got on Tommy.
Picture me on Mariah's horse.
Tommy is just beautiful. But yeah, similar pattern.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Stracciatella.
But also,
yes,
I realized that Mariah must be very tiny.
Oh, she's
very tiny.
Yes, fit in your pocket.
Like a tiny person, yeah.
Yes. I mean, I don't think she's illegally a tiny person.
No. I just mean like she's like tiny, like cute, tiny.
Fun-sized, I think is the appropriate term.
But I think Darcy's tiny too.
Darcy's 5-something, whether it's 2 or 3. Mariah could be
like
4'11".
Yeah.
Yeah. She's tiny. Okay. New day. Mariah is leaving in 2 days to go back to the States. So Tom has his big surprise. Okay. He set up a picnic in the park. This is where he's going to ask Mariah to marry him.
So Mariah's getting dressed. She comes in a little bit. Tom is opening champagne, giving this great speech because that he loves her and he misses her when she's not there. And he whips out the Tiffany's box.
It was Tiffany, right?
Yeah.
It was at
say
least
Tiffany, say Tiffany.
I like the way you say it.
Okay.
I would feel like a fraud if I said it that way. But he whips out the Tiffany's box. Mm-hmm. It's that Tiffany blue.
There's a patent on that blue.
Yeah, Tiffany blue.
They trademarked that
Very
blue.
Smart. Very smart.
That exact shade. I love it.
Very smart. So he opens it up. Not a key inside. There's not a key. There is an actual ring. And Tom says, I want you to be my wife. And Mariah sits there in silence for a minute. And I thought it was going to be one of these bait and switch things where, it's just a dramatic pause. But she's going to say, yes, of course. But she says, I can't take that right now, Thomas. She says no. Well, she doesn't say no. She says, I can't take that right now. And she starts crying.
Yeah, she says her boys are her priority. They're in high school. And she doesn't know if she has space in her heart for anyone else. But she also told Tom, save the ring.
Save the ring, save the date.
And I love it. I think it's very mature.
They can still be a couple, right? There's no rush. Let's get this thing going, moving. Let me introduce you to my kids, and then let's make it a thing.
The only rush, in a way, is that Tom would love for her to move to London, but she has her boys. Right? So Tom would be willing to move to Vegas, but he cannot go and live there constantly. Because I don't think he can get any work visa unless he has work in the U.S.
Who knows what he's even doing? Cameo.
I think he's in fashion.
Is he now? No, before he was in, I don't know, I think alcohol sales or something.
Yeah, I think he was in fashion, but
he was dabbling.
He was doing something, but I think he did well for himself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So for him to live here permanently, the best and easiest way is to marry Mariah, right? But if she doesn't vibe it right now, he can still come here and she can go there. And once the guys are out of the house for college, maybe they can move forward. But
yeah, they've made it work so far. If she's truly visited 13 times or whatever, they can continue on with that. It was fine. It got a little gross for me when Tom took the ring and said, okay, it's all right. I'll just take it back and buy myself a car.
Oh, he said it?
Yeah. It's like he had to make a nod to how expensive the ring was.
I mean, we saw the box, Tom. We get an idea.
Yeah. You overpaid.
Yeah.
If you bought a Tiffany ring, and I'm sorry to anyone who bought a Tiffany ring, my good friend bought a Tiffany ring.
Who?
I'll say it off the mic.
Oh, yeah.
And,
he did?
Yeah. And you saw the ring. She showed it to you, I thought.
I mean, maybe.
And she's like, oh, it's beautiful. I wouldn't want anything more. It would get caught.
It's tiny.
It's small.
Yeah.
But the price he paid
Which
for
is
it.
fine. But
he could have gotten over a carat for the price he paid for it. He got, I think, a half a carat or less because it was a Tiffany ring.
Is it Tiffany or Tiffany's?
I think it's Tiffany and Company.
It is, right?
Yeah. But you would say, yeah.
I mean, Tiffany makes...
Oh, it's a Tiffany ring.
Yeah. They make the engagement rings, the princess
They have the Tiffany cut. It is a famous cut. And hey, if you want a Tiffany ring, get a Tiffany ring. But your money can go further if you don't pay for the name.
Very true.
That's all I'm saying. And so when he was like, oh, I'll take it back, buy myself a car. All right. Now we know it was tens of thousands of dollars.
Oh, for sure.
If not more. So that's it for them. Mariah says, I still want Tom to come to Vegas. Can still be together. But
he did. We saw them hanging out with Larissa. And a bunch of other people.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, let's talk about Brandon and Julia.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We'll be back in a second. And we're back.
Hello.
Brandon and Julia.
They live in their apartment that we all watched them move into.
Yeah, it was the same apartment, right?
The 1 bedroom.
They do some funky workout now that looks like some sort of Cirque du Soleil act.
You and I, we could not do that.
It was...
we would just laugh too much.
You got to be very flexible. It was, I don't even know what, some sort of yoga, maybe. It was interesting. Very interesting. So yeah, they go to their apartment. We see them in their apartment. And then we see them on Ron and Betty's farm.
Because Julia missed Simba, the dog.
The dog.
But also,
dog.
It's a beautiful dog.
Yeah.
But also, the relationship between them, especially Julia and the parents, improved when they moved out.
Sure.
So she's happy to see them now. She's happy to see Ron and Betty.
You know what I wasn't happy to see?
What?
That microfiber sofa still on the porch.
Oh, I didn't see it. Must be so wet.
How do you sit on that? How do you sit on a fabric couch on your porch?
I mean, the porch is covered.
Yeah. Rain falls sideways sometimes.
It's probably moldy.
That's so, I can't imagine.
So nasty.
So Ron answers the door, jolly as always. That guy's always in good spirits. Betty's away visiting her family, which could be why Ron has a little pep in his step. Betty's away for the weekend. They go sit in the cricket kitchen, and Julia starts going on about how she's stuck in the apartment. Apparently she found a job, but she has no driver's license, so she can't get to the job.
So did she take the job?
It doesn't seem like... Why would you even look for a job if you can't get to the job?
I mean, you could possibly find something walking distance. You can take an Uber if it's not too far.
But she's not. It seems like she sits at home and she just says, oh, I found a job, but I can't go work the job.
Why doesn't she have a driver's license? Once you get your EAD card...
Yeah.
Even before you get your green card, with the EAD card, you can get your social security number, you can get your driver's license, you can do it all.
That's a good question.
Maybe she failed.
It's also a possibility.
Yeah.
I could see that. Either way, she doesn't have it. So she's kind of bored at home. They're talking to Ron. Ron says he's overwhelmed at the farm. And they have a smaller house nearby that he's thinking maybe we'd move into. Maybe him and Betty would move into.
Did he say nearby?
I don't know if he said nearby, but you think they're going to move far from Brandon and Julia?
No, but how much money do they have?
I mean,
a house here, a house there, a farm.
They got 2 houses. I don't know.
That's pretty decent.
I can't imagine.
How many people have 2 houses?
I can't imagine how much the house they're in
We
now.
have 0 houses.
We have 0 houses. We have 2 bedrooms. But I don't know. Who knows? They got a family. Maybe they passed it down.
That's true.
The farm could be passed down.
Well, long story short, Ron is ready to move to a smaller house and pass all the farm's responsibilities, including the actual farmhouse, onto Brandon and Julia.
Yeah. And no surprise Brandon is into it. I think he was kind of groomed for this position.
I mean, if you grow up in a certain way, of course, it's something and you would possibly want to continue doing that in your adulthood, right?
No, I think
if you grow up surrounded by animals, helping your parents, taking care of the animals, that's probably something you might want to include into your adulthood.
No, I completely agree. I think he was probably bummed that when Julia moved to the States, she wanted to move off the farm. So now it's like, here we go, second chances. Ron says, you guys could take it over and kind of be king and queen of the castle. And Julia's like, well, I don't like bunch of animals. But other than that, I'm into the idea.
She needs to learn English.
Oh, yeah. Did she get better? Maybe a little better?
No, she did not.
Not better at all? Okay.
She did not. But she needs to. But she's like, I would live to the farm. We're going to sell the goat. We're going to sell the sheep. Why would you want to sell those beautiful animals?
We keep dog. That's it. maybe.
Why would you want to sell those animals? I mean,
because it's work. She doesn't want the work.
Betty can come over and help out.
No, no. The whole point of Ron and Betty moving off the farm is to not have to do the work. Now you're going to make them drive however long and then take care of the animals?
No, but imagine you can pet the sheep and you can get fresh eggs and fresh milk.
Yeah. Oh, listen, everybody's different. We would love it.
Yeah.
They would not, or Julia would not, Brandon would.
I mean, we would probably hire someone to help us out, but
we would pet the animals and we would let other people do.
We would totally pet the animals.
We would pet the animals. We would let other people do the hard work.
And then we would make extra money by doing a petting zoo.
Oh.
And that's how we would pay the person who takes care of the animals.
Very
Look at
entrepreneurial.
Me, businesswoman.
I love
businesswoman.
I love it. Well, the only thing Julia is thinking about is we can take the farm if we change everything. I do subscribe to that. I mean, that no matter who lives there, some things need to change. Let's get the crickets out of the kitchen.
Well, I don't think that's what she's talking about. I think all she wants are the animals to be gone.
Sure, but I think that some interior decorating would also be in the future.
Oh, it should be, but let's see.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, their apartment didn't look that.
Not everyone has an eye for design, and you're the one who always reminds me when I'm shocked.
Oh, no, I know. But when Julia says, oh, we should change everything, I thought she meant decor. But you look at their apartment, and I don't even know if they've hung up one picture or something.
No, I think she's talking about the animals.
Yeah. Okay.
That's who she has a beef with.
Is that a cow
really
pun?
Good, right?
Was that a cow pun? That's good. Yeah. She's not horsing around, Teresa.
She's definitely not.
Can we keep going with this?
Sure. She's dog serious.
Excuse me?
Instead of dad serious, she's dog serious.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works. But if it was a female dog, is Simba a female dog?
I don't know.
Oh, well, Julia's nobody's bitch. Let's just say that.
That's pretty good.
Okay. She doesn't give a duck what.
She does not give a duck.
She doesn't give a duck what Brandon wants to do.
Okay, you're winning.
Okay. Anything else? Yeah. All right. Anything else? I'm trying to do something with sheep here.
I'm trying to.
I'm going out on a lamb here and trying to come up with something for sheep. Anything else? You can. She
just wants to sheep the animals away.
That's pretty good. Let's leave it at that.
Okay.
All right. 2 days later. Oh, so we should say Betty doesn't have any idea that Ron is trying to get rid of the farm behind her back.
boo days later, like 2 days later.
No, you blew it. You should have stayed with sheep, the animals away. Yeah, Betty doesn't have any idea about this, but they're kind of going to do a sneak attack on her. So 2 days later, Brandon and Julia, they're going to have dinner with Ron and Betty. They go meet up at their favorite Mexican restaurant.
I love Mexican food.
But this was the same place they went to
was it?
during their season.
I was thinking that.
So they sit down and Ron had me howling. Ron had me cracking up because he's playing all dumb, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, how are things at the apartment, guys? How are things going?
He's like, so here is an idea.
Yeah.
Just
off the top of my head. Just thinking this.
Yeah, off the top of my head.
Just kind of came to me right now in the moment.
Brainstorming, like, oh my gosh, I just thought of it.
Spitballing here. Sort of spitballing here.
Why don't you guys move back to the farm? And Betty's like, so we're going to be together again? And Ronnie's like, no.
No, they're going to start to learn to take it over. And we'll move to the other house. And Ron is like, Julia, jump in anytime. Come on, like we planned.
Yes, but no sheep, no goats, no hens, no chickens. And Betty's like having a heart attack.
This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
She feels attacked. I'm with her.
Yeah, it kind of came out. They blindsided Betty.
She's like, I need another glass of wine.
Yeah. Oh, she.
Oh, she's the queen of.
Oh yeah.
Pouring a bottle into a
5
glass.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Brandon, he says, I'm on board. You know, I want to take the pressure off my parents. And I think, you know, he knows Ron has some health issues. He's dealing with that. He probably always wanted to take over the farm, but now he feels like I could do my parents a solid by taking over the farm and helping out. So he's on board. Betty needs more wine. Julia needs to think about it.
Plus, Julia wants more space. She's not happy with the 1 bedroom anymore as she was.
Yeah.
Right? The farm equals space. There's a jacuzzi.
Oh, there's a sex jacuzzi. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's for therapy, Teresa. We use that for therapy.
Oh, yeah. Well, they have 5 months in the apartment, and so they'll need to figure it out.
Yes. All right.
I can see them being unhappily ever after, trying to navigate their life on the farm.
I would like that.
Yeah, right?
I would like that.
All right, moving on to one of my favorites, all-time favorites, Cortney.
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 I mean, listen, I give it to Antonio. It's really hard to pronounce the name Cortney.
Cortney.
John has a friend whose name is Cortney, but I cannot say it normally, so I just need to say Cortney.
Yeah, but you can't say it normally because every time you hear Courtney, you just think of this Courtney.
But it's hard to. If I try to say normally Courtney,
it's good.
Just hard to pronounce it.
Courtney.
That's like the one name I would never name anything.
Courtney. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, totally. Antonio. It's a great way to pronounce it. Courtney.
Can we just start a petition? Everyone listening to this podcast right now, can we start a petition to get Courtney on the Single Life?
Absolutely.
She needs to be on the Single Life yesterday.
All I want to see is Courtney on the Single Life.
It's so good. She's so entertaining. She's out on the golf course with her parents celebrating her dad's birthday because, yes, she still lives with her parents. Okay, she's, 31 years old?
31, yeah.
Still living with mom and dad.
Listen, no shame.
No shame in that game, especially during the pandemic. It's tough times.
Yeah, but she said, I met Antonio when I was 26. Was it 5 years ago?
She could have met him.
She
could have met him, and then they could have talked for a couple of years, and then we saw him on TV.
Don't forget that the pandemic started 2 years ago.
I know. Where does time go?
I almost feel like the past 2 years are very blurry for me. I almost don't count
alcohol,
them.
Teresa.
So I'm still like 29, but I'm not.
The alcohol. Yeah. It could have been. It very well could have been 5 years ago.
Yeah, I almost feel like it could have because, for sure.
It could have. Yeah. Huh. Okay. She just got out of a relationship with her most recent boyfriend, Andrew. Not to be confused with Andy. Shout out to Andy. Okay.
Hello, Andy.
Hello, Andy, if you're listening. Not to be confused with him. That's Andreas. Her most recent ex is Andrew.
Yes.
I'm seeing a pattern here.
But apparently they broke up because he was more interested in playing video games.
Yes, they would see each other like once a week or something. And so that didn't work out. And also, Courtney has a 1-year rule.
Propose or she's moving on.
Okay. Love me some Courtney. I want her to find happiness. She deserves all the happiness in the world, but she's got a couple things going against her when it comes to finding a man to settle down with. Number one, living with the parents. You're 31, you're living with your parents, okay? It's not 3 strikes, but that's maybe 1 strike.
You can spin it as a caretaker.
Can you?
Yeah. You can spin it.
Her parents are taking care of her.
Well, for sure. But when you go on a date, you can be like, yeah, I live with my parents because they're older. I'm taking care of them, helping them out.
Yeah, but the lies...
You can spin it. You can spin it.
The lie's going to be up the minute he comes over and they're like, you want to go golfing? And he's out there running around with his clubs. Right? The lie's going to end.
All right. Well, I mean, listen, no shame. I have a lot of friends who are in 30 plus and they all live with their parents.
No shame, but I'm just saying strike 1. Strike 2 and 3 is the 1 year rule.
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
I love you, Cortney, but honestly, within 1 year, you barely know someone.
You want to be engaged after 1 year? Like, come on, Cortney. And so that's why you're struggling. I think you live with your parents and you have a 1 year rule. Mm-hmm. We got one of those things has to give.
I feel like if you do get engaged after even 6, 7, 8 months, and we know people who did it, and that's fine, but don't have the rule because the rule is going to kill it for you.
It's a false timeline.
Yeah, if it happens, that's great. But if it doesn't, that's just dumb because you could be dating this amazing guy, but he doesn't have a 1 year rule. He has the rule to get to know each other first. So maybe 2 or 3 years, which is still perfectly fine.
Right, but
4 years is fine.
It's all make believe. Oh,
I
have to get proposed to within 12 months. What if he was going to do it in 14 months? That's nope.
But this is my thing. This is what I said. I know it can happen after 5, 4, 6, 3 months, 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Things happen. But the rule is going to kill it for her because
100%.
if she's dating someone and it's 11 months and 28 days, she's like, oh shit, TikTok.
Yeah.
But maybe the guy is looking at rings.
Yeah.
Is she going to blow it?
Yeah, I have a new 1 year rule for Cortney. You have 1 year to move out of your parents' house. That's the 1 year. I'll give you a 1 year.
That's a good one.
All right. We flash back to Cortney stepping on food. And we all remember that was a way she used to make money in the past.
Well, because she's on the golf course.
Yeah.
It's really tough. Golf course.
Cortney.
Golf course. She's on the golf course.
Yeah.
And her mom said, well, instead of chasing guys, you should be focusing on your career. Put the man on the back burner. True, Mom, but we flashed to her career, which is her food pics.
Yes.
I think you can make a lot of money, so sure. But
this cracked me up.
I died laughing so many times.
Why she got out of the game. Why she got out of the food stomping game.
It was a little slower during the summer, right? And, she was hanging out by the pool and got all the mosquito bites. So she couldn't really create new content because her feet looked gross. And on top of that, she lost her toenail.
She had to put her career on hold, she says.
I put my career on hold.
She's dead serious.
I love
your
it.
soul. Bless your soul, Cortney.
Totally.
Yeah.
You can put a fake nail on just for the video.
Yeah. Well, and then her parents are like, all right, well, we don't care that you live at home, but you're going to have to start paying rent. And that kind of sets Cortney off. She's like, what? They don't pay their mortgage. The house is paid. Why do they need me to pay for it? Oh, Cortney.
To do what grown-ups do.
Oh, Cortney. Okay. Next day, Cortney has a date. And it's been hard for her to date in Florida because, according to her, the men are married. They're either dating multiple women or are doing drugs. Sometimes all three.
Sounds like Florida, but
Welcome to Florida.
Also sounds like New York.
It sounds
like every major city or state.
Yeah. But she found a date, okay? She's got a date, and it's this guy, Nabil.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you know the movie Kevin and Perry Go Large?
I don't even know what you just said.
Kevin
okay.
and Perry Go Large.
I do not know that.
It's a famous British movie.
Okay.
It's literally one of the dumbest comedies ever.
Sounds like it.
It's like American Pie on steroids.
Okay.
It's about these two dudes, total losers, and all they ever want to do, they're DJs, want to be DJs,
okay.
and all they ever want to do is to go to Ibiza and bang.
All right, actually sounds like a fantastic movie.
It's great, but I'm gonna show you Kevin. Are you ready?
Okay. Is it gonna look like Nabil?
It's gonna look like Nabil.
Okay. She's turning it around. Oh, on the left.
Yes,
yeah.
That's Kevin. That's Perry.
They're wearing the hats.
Kevin.
Well, they're wearing the hats.
They always wear hats.
Yeah, but that's the same hat as Nabil. So let me explain for those of you who've not seen Kevin and Perry Go Large. Put it on your Netflix queue immediately. Remember Netflix queues when they used to send you the disc?
Oh yeah, I remember.
And you could get like one a week, so you'd have a whole queue of.
Stop it! That's how old we are.
When I would send this back, I
sometimes didn't send it back.
Hey, keep it. What are you gonna do? So Nabil, okay, he's got a nice car. He's got a Maserati. That's about where it ends. Cortney was like, well, he's got a nice car, so we got to do outfits the segment on Nabil. Little outfits the segment. He was wearing an Adidas cutoff tee. Okay.
You see, I didn't even see that. I was just focusing on his hair.
Yeah.
Because I could not unsee Kevin.
He's got an Adidas cutoff tee, a like blue and orange bucket hat, okay, and a sweatband on his wrist. And you guys are all thinking, who haven't seen this, okay, sounds sporty, sort of, maybe a little, sounds athletic. He was probably 60.
Probably.
In his 60s, I would say. Yeah. So picture that, and picture that in a Maserati with Cortney, and just embrace that. Just bask in that image for a minute, because it's everything you want from 90 Day and More.
And guys, I'm very curious because it's a very popular movie in Europe. Have any of you seen Kevin and Perry Go Large? It's dumb as shit.
You know we're not that huge in Europe.
No, but maybe some guys know here.
Okay, maybe.
It's so dumb, but for some reason, when I was a teenager, we all loved it.
All right. Okay, so Nabil owns a company, and he is starting a golf company, a bit of an entrepreneur here. So that's enticing to Cortney. She finds that attractive. So they're going on a safari for their date. Oh, so many animals. What's going on with all these animals? I didn't even think about it until we're talking about it. Almost every couple is with animals.
I mean, animals are majestic.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're driving around. They're looking at animals.
In the safari.
They're in the Maserati. It's a Maserati safari. And Nabil asks Cortney her favorite food. Okay?
Well, first, Nabil says, oh, the animals are just eating and sleeping. And he's pointing to these random goats.
Yeah.
They're not goats.
Oh, look, a goat.
Something. Yeah. Oh, look, a goat. Like antelopes, right? And Cortney's like, that's all I do.
She's not wrong.
And he like looked at her, and that's why he asked, what's your favorite food? She's like, well, pizza and chicken tenders. Well, that's too unhealthy for Nabil.
Too unhealthy for Nabil.
Strike one.
Sounds like my diet.
Strike two. Cortney found herself enjoying the animals more than Nabil.
Yep.
And strike three, and I totally get it, Cortney. Nabil doesn't drink.
Yeah.
I would need someone who's borderline alcoholic in my life. And I got you. It's perfect.
Here we are. Yeah. So that date was a flop. Don't think we'll be seeing any more of Nabil. But
I don't think so either. But I wish we could.
I loved every minute of that. Yeah, get her on the single life. Please, someone start the petition. We need more of this. We need a season of this.
And bring Nabil back.
Bring it back.
Give him one more chance.
One more date. Okay. All right. Last couple. Okay. A bit of a surprising one here. Ellie and Victor.
Ellen and Victor. So, Ellie's at her pizza place that she did not sell. And I knew it. I called it. I said she would be dumb if she sold her pizza place.
To that predator? Whatever, Dylan or whatever his name was? Yeah.
You can literally, he can be your co-owner and he can still be making money while not even working. So, I'm pretty sure that's what she intended. But her explanation was that she didn't even sign the paperwork or anything, so the pizza place is still hers.
Yeah, she should have renamed it to Pizza Colada. That would have been a good business, but it's still, I think, Central Pizza or whatever it's called. But yeah, she didn't sign it, so she didn't sign it over, so she slid back into that old life.
Yeah, and she left Providencia because of the hurricane, and they realized, wait a minute. We cannot start our lives here. Let's go back to America. But first, let's apply for K1 visa. But Ellie couldn't just wait there because some of them has to work.
Yeah.
So she went to Seattle and she was waiting and waiting and waiting. And 4 months later...
Ring, ring, ring. Banana phone. Victor got a call from the embassy saying they're ready to interview him.
And cut back to Ellie at the SeaTac. she's picking him up.
Yeah. Victor made it to the States.
Yeah. See Seattle International Airport, SeaTac.
Yeah. Thank you.
I love airports.
It's been 4 months since they've seen each other. Ellie is at the airport picking up Victor. He comes down the escalator, a beautiful embrace. And we cut to them at Ellie's house. Victor's loving it.
And I'm appreciating his mentality because he is asking if he can take his shoes off. We do it at home, and whoever comes to visit us, I ask people to take their shoes off.
Yeah.
Because I clean the house all the time. I don't need people who step in dog shit outside.
Yeah, Mike.
Exactly, that's where I was going. To walk around our apartment, and it's a very European thing. In Europe, people take their shoes off.
I did it in Connecticut, Teresa, so.
Your parents are good about it, but not always.
I'm a little European.
They still walk around in their shoes here and there.
Who?
Your parents.
At their house?
Yeah.
Huh.
When we come home from dinner, we are all YOLOing.
Sure. When we come through the garage, we don't take our shoes off right away.
I can be so drunk that I cannot walk. I'm crawling, but while I'm crawling, I'm going to take off my shoes.
Okay.
That's my point.
Yeah, well, I loved his response to this. He was very appreciative and humbled by this because from where he just came from, he literally says, coming from hell and going to heaven. This is heaven to him.
And it looks like a nice house. A nice small house. She lives there by herself.
Lives there by herself. I'm sure Seattle's expensive.
Yeah.
And he just kept looking up, which kind of broke my heart. He kept looking up and going, we have a roof. It's beautiful. We have a roof. And I was like, wow, you take it for granted.
For sure.
And he comes and he's like, wow, like this is heaven, right? This is amazing. Ellie pops the champagne and they start talking about the wedding because they have 90 days now. This is 90 Day Fiance, right?
And I almost thought, all right, they're going to be on the next 90 day. Well, I doubt it.
So Victor goes, I'm not marrying you for a green card. I'm marrying you because I want to be with you and start a life with you.
But what am I going to get?
How long after we get married do I get my green card? And I was like,
Wait, did he say how long do we have to be married?
How long after we get married do I get my green card? And Ellie's like,
red flag.
3 to 9 months, but she says, I don't mind supporting you until you get your green card. It's all good.
I mean, he can be working at the restaurant
for
her.
That's what I wrote.
Cleaning,
he could just volunteer at the pizza shop.
Volunteer, exactly.
It's kind of perfect, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to find anyone just to come and work for free.
Yeah,
but
and she doesn't have to pay you. You're just going to share whatever money you make.
Exactly.
And,
It's kind of a perfect situation. So Ellie gives Victor a tour of the house. He jumps in the bed with his airplane clothes on.
Oh, I hate it.
Which is
worse than the luggage. It's gross.
It's pretty bad. And then Ellie has a surprise for Victor. And she goes, I was married. My husband passed away. We all heard that tragic story.
Very sad.
And she goes, well, here's his guitar. And Ellie gives Victor his guitar. We know Victor's a musician. And he loved it. And he starts playing a song. He's just kind of vamping a little bit. He's freestyling.
Yeah, magic vibe.
This is a magic vibe. Such a magic time.
I love it.
Ellie is yes, love it.
I love
it. Love it.
Okay.
Before you go any further.
Okay.
Awkward that the first song played on the ex-husband's guitar is a song for Ellie by a new man. A little awkward there.
It is, but I was just going to say, I appreciate that he took it as, oh, wow, you are giving me the guitar instead of like, ew, you're giving me your dad's husband guitar, which I'm sure some people would react that way. But he knows that she loved her ex-husband.
Yeah.
He knows that it broke her heart how he died, right?
Yeah.
And he knows that she loves him too.
Yeah.
But there is always going to be someone else she loves.
Sure.
And so I appreciated his reaction.
It's a magic vibe.
Absolutely.
Ellie is a magic vibe. Yeah. So that ends that time period. And then we flash to cell phone footage of them getting married.
Yeah, so that's why I said they're probably not going to be
spoiler
on 90
alert.
Day because that would be just dumb.
Yeah, they got
just
married.
saw them getting married.
They're probably over the show.
I think so. Maybe
they seem good together.
I feel like they can do a pillow talk or something that's a little less crazy.
They could always do a happily ever after.
Yes.
But I think they're good. I mean, there was probably a ton of stress from being on Providencia in those circumstances. I'm sure the cameras added stress because now they seem great. They seem happy.
Yeah.
And maybe happily ever after. I'm down to see them a happy ever after.
Sure.
So let's see. That's it. That's Diaries.
That's the
Episode
bonus
1.
episode.
That's the bonus. Don't know that we'll be covering any more episodes.
Don't get used to this.
Never say never. It was fun. We enjoyed watching it. So we'll continue to watch. Maybe we'll pop in with a bonus here or there.
Here and there.
You never know with us. That's why you got to.
That's why. Oh my gosh.
Well, lead me in.
That's why you should follow us on Instagram.
At Married to Reality Pod. Follow us for the news, for the memes, for the Sunday Night Lives.
And for the announcements about this bonus episode. But also, if you subscribe to us, that's how you're going to get the notifications.
Okay, let me run that back a minute here. You got to make sure you're following the podcast is what Teresa's trying to say. You gotta follow the podcast. You'll get every episode we drop right to your phone, right to your computer. It's so easy to follow the podcast. All you got to do is look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hard as our bonus episode.
Like a bonus.
Someone's happy over here.
Bonus. All right. Also, we got merch. If you want to rep the brand, marriedtorealitypodcast.com. Button for the store. Sweatshirts, t-shirts, mugs, glasses, stickers. Who knows what's coming? I checked. Nothing really exciting. We should maybe do a tank top or something. But
or
we should do something like Nabil. Oh, they do have. This is hilarious. They have like the cutoff tee like Nabil and the bucket hat. I'm pretty sure.
Who's gonna wear it?
Whatever
Nabil?
your friends. Whatever your friends.
Kevin and Perry?
Kevin and Perry would do it. Okay. That's it. Thank you for the reviews. Thank you so much. If you haven't left one, please do. Thank you in advance for that. It helps the podcast. It helps us.
It sure does.
It's the best thing you can do for us. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I've said it all.
I've said it all too, but I was just gonna add.
So you haven't said it all.
I had a lot of fun doing this bonus episode.
Me too.
It's very chilled.
Me too. All right.
Very chilled. I'm like, YOLO, and it's just flowing, and I've said it all.
All right, get another tequila. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.